Hey guys, welcome back. Sorry it's been so long. Sometimes life gets in the way, but anyway, here we are, back on track. And I thought for today's video we'd address a question that's been coming up a lot, and that was that of knife defense and knife tapping. Knife tapping is one of the exercises that we do here. It's not the end-all be-all of knife training, it's simply one of the exercises that we do. This particular exercise, knife tapping, addresses the issue of reflex training, of hand-eye coordination, and sensitivity, pressure sensitivity, or sensitivity to impact sensitivity. It teaches us to keep our hands up, protecting our vital areas. I wanted to touch up on some of the key points, and I wanted to show some of the ideas as to how to integrate this. I was looking forward to it. The main areas that we want to protect are those areas that are most immediately vital to us. That would be our neck and our abdomen. The ribs and sternum offer some level of protection, as do the arms. Granted, we don't want to take a cut if we don't have to, which is why we're using footwork and body angulation to protect ourselves. Now, in knife tapping drills, we very frequently see the cross-body position. When I come in, Ozzy checks me here. That is the optimal position for this, other than not being there at all. This would be the optimal position if you had to engage me. This is a great position because of the relative distance between us, and the angle makes it very difficult for me to cut under. He has enough touch sensitivity there to follow it and move away from it. So when this comes at him and he's got it here, if I try to cut underneath, he's able to evade it. This hand is also in a great position to counter my follow-up there. Again, if I cut towards his abdomen, he follows it. That hand is there ready to catch, my only option. Okay, so from here I can't go up. I have to go down. So as I go down, he reads it. Now, we have to understand that we're not always going to end up in the cross-body position. Sometimes it's happening so fast that the easiest, safest thing to do at that moment, just to survive the initial attack, would be the same side hand going up. So if Ozzy's facing me, that may be the hand that necessarily needs to come up right away. So this comes in and he checks me. The problem is that if he doesn't do something very quickly, I'm going to cut through his arm. Okay. Now, he also understands that my shoulder is going to articulate inward. So if he had to put this hand up, and let's do it this way, a smart thing to do would be to block my shoulder. So as this comes in, he's going to check and stop my shoulder. This prevents me from cutting through and buys him some measure of time. Okay. Now, from here, if he wanted to, he can go into the cross-body position. Go ahead into the cross-body position. And we can go back into the situation. How can I bring that forth in a training drill? Well, I see that this is the cross-body side, and I want to get this hand to come up. I trap it, and I feed it to him. This hand came up. He realizes he doesn't want to be there because there's my cut. So, hand is up. What does he do? He follows up with the crossbody. Yeah. So as we're going here, I notice that there he is. I want to attack that side. I trap and I give it back to him. That hand comes up. Now he realizes again that I could cut. So what's going to happen? He's going to put that in. So I have a trap here and a trap there. Now, as far as the feed, what am I training? What am I getting out of this? Well, I'm learning that if I want to stick it into his neck or his face area, if he puts his hand up, I want to cut underneath. I'm training for that. If I meet a barrier on this side, I want to come underneath. Okay, and in an earlier variation of this exercise, I will be cutting him. This is almost the intermediate level of this drill. Again, if he needs to check me on one side because maybe I surprised him and I threw this at him, that would be optimal. But if he's got to check me on the other side, he may want to stop my shoulder as I come in. Boom. Okay, at this point, he can recover to cross-body position, and I can bring the repetition of bringing the same side arm up by putting a little bit of trapping into the mix. Okay, so this is just one way that we can do this. This is a great warm-up for scenario training. Sometimes we may use knife sparring as a prelude to this just to get the nervous system a little bit more hyped up. Sometimes we incorporate hitting or even kicking into this drill. There's a lot of opportunities to get a lot of training value. Anyway, this is the base level of the exercise, or not a base level, but intermediate level of the exercise. We can actually make it far more basic. But most people that have been doing this stuff, or at least been in Filipino martial arts circles for a little while, should be familiar enough with the basic skills to be able to pull this off. So one more time, just let's get it from this view. If he needs to check me, if he's starting off the engagement, is happening so fast, so quick, that he needs to block me on the same side rather than using the cross-body check, he's going to stop my shoulder. Boom. Now he goes into the cross-body tapping as I am trying to get him. Okay, there's a lot of options. Unthinkingly, I did a lower thrust, which is part of the drill. We didn't cover it, but it's there. And there's a whole lot of variations. Guys, thank you very much. Until next time, I'm Tony. This is Ozzy. We're with the Miami Arnis group. Thank you very much, and take care.